When the curtain drew on the 2021 NFL season, some in the know thought legendary tight end Rob Gronkowski might be persuaded to play one more season in Tampa Bay, especially given the fact that his old pal, Tom Brady, had done his own spectacular U-turn regarding his retirement. However, it was not to be. Today, we are discussing Gronk's recent retirement, plus other bits and pieces from the NFL world, so stay tuned. First up, let's take a look at the great man's career. Of course, Gronk, as he is known throughout the game, is most associated with the New England Patriots, having won 3 Super Bowls with the team. And the new workman spent the majority of his career with the New England outfit. Born in 1989, Gronkowski actually has a great-grandfather who represented the USA in the 1924 Summer Olympics in France, holding 5 world records in the sport along the way. And the genes must have rubbed off on him and his 4 brothers, as they all went to play professional sports in some capacity. As a youngster, Rob played hockey, but quickly found football, starting out as a tight end and defensive end, whilst also being the freshman kickoff specialist thanks to his big feet. He attended Williamsville North High, as well as Woodland Hills High, before going on to play college ball for the Arizona Wildcats. During this time, he was placed on the watch list for the Lombardi Award, but missed the 2009 season thanks to injury. It didn't matter though, as he was drafted by the Patriots the very next year as the 42nd overall pick, becoming the highest draft pick out of Arizona in the process. His career in New England was legendary, of course winning the Super Bowl 3 times, plus a whole host of other awards, before seeing out the final 2 years of his career in Tampa Bay, where he won yet another Super Bowl in 2021. What have you made of his career? So, let's talk retirement then. Stay tuned. Well, given the fact that Gronk plays in one of the most physical positions on the field, he is inevitably filling his decade-plus career in the NFL these days. The 5-time Pro Bowl tight end decided to call time on his career following a long and carefully thought-out decision, and earlier this month announced his decision on Twitter, saying, "I will now be going back to my retirement home, walking away from football again with my head held high, knowing I gave it everything I had, good or bad, every time I stepped on the field." Gronkowski went on to declare that he was going from retirement back to football and winning another championship, and now back to chilling out, then thanking fans in the process, which no one can really begrudge him given what he has done for the game. However, his own agent Drew Rosenhaus has suggested Gronk isn't completely done with the game that made him famous, alluding to the fact that he thinks Tom Brady could coax him out of retirement one more time. He said, "It would not surprise me if Tom Brady calls him during the season to come back and Rob answers the call. This is just my opinion, but I wouldn't be surprised if Rob comes back during the season or next season." What do you guys make of this? Any chance of Gronk coming back one more time? Let us know below. So, what else do we know about his latest retirement? Well, of course, he announced back in 2019 that he was done with the sport, but ended up returning, and it's a good job he did, as he went on to bag yet another Super Bowl. This had a lot to do with Tom Brady moving to Tampa Bay, whom he had forged a sensational partnership with back in Boston, and the pair had a huge impact on the Tampa Bay lineup, but couldn't do it again the following season, being knocked out by eventual winners, the LA Rams. In his final season, Gronk caught 55 passes, gaining 802 yards and 6 touchdowns, which was made even better given the fact that he was injured for 5 games. However, he decided to call time on his stellar career, finishing with some exceptional numbers. Over his stints with New England and Tampa Bay, he racked up 143 career games, scoring 93 touchdowns, as well as 621 receptions for 9,286 yards. Gronkowski will certainly go down as one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game, but given the fact he has already reversed his retirement decision once more, could he be set for one last hurrah once the dust settled? We probably doubt it at this point, but Gronk can certainly back on a quite excellent career. What do you think was Gronk's greatest ever play? Let us know below. Next up, Bruce Arians had his say on Gronk's career. Stay tuned. Tampa Bay executive Bruce Arians was speaking about Gronk's fantastic career last weekend, who of course decided to call it a day earlier this month. And the man who had a hand in bringing him to Florida told of how Gronkowski is one of the greatest tight ends of all time. There had been intense speculation that he would sign on for one more season, but unfortunately, it wasn't to be, and Arians said that Gronk was, if not the best ever, he's top 3. Great blocker and receiver, extremely hard worker. He then told fans that Gronk was always prepared to win, which is of course a mind mindset and not just talent. The former New England man's resume speaks for itself, and whilst some might say that Arians is only saying that because he worked with him, it's hard to doubt that man's greatness. Who do you guys have as the best tight end in history? Let us know below. And now, Bucs fans have weighed in on quarterback and tight end decisions. Stay with us. Of course, with the recent retirement of Gronkowski, the Buccaneers will be in the market for a high-quality tight end, which of course doesn't come easily. However, with training camp still a month away, the Bucs fans have spoken on what they want to happen. They overwhelmingly voted, by some 63%, that the Florida outfit should go out and sign a free agent at tight end to fill the massive Gronk-shaped hole in their offense. But as we know, that is much easier said than done, with their former tight end being one of the greatest to ever do it. As we know, Brady has signed on for yet another season, but fans have no idea what will happen after that. But they did have their own opinions, with 64% claiming that Brady's understudy, Kyle Trask, should see more playing time this season to warm him up for the future. What do you think the Bucs should do at quarterback and tight end? Let us know below. Next up, we're talking Justin Fields. Stay tuned. The Bears have one big goal this season: to help Justin Fields realize his massive potential. The Chicago outfit has made that their #1 short-term goal, but the QB himself is shooting for the proverbial stars. Fields has dreams of being an all-time great, and his work ethic is there for all to see. He is committed to being one of the best QBs in history, and some of his teammates have commented on how his goals border on obsession. The Bears wide receiver Darnell Mooney has recently been talking about Fields, as the pair are on a similar trajectory and are around the same age. They got off to a decent start last season, and Mooney can only see greatness in Fields' future. He said he wants to take over the league. He's already Justin Fields. He wants to be the best quarterback in the league. He's taken the stride to be there, and his success is my success. So, as long as he's doing good, I'm doing good. We're all doing good. And the Bears have recently upgraded their centers and slot receivers in Lucas Patrick and Byron Pringle. So it's safe to say they are making the people around Fields a priority this summer. Are you a Bears fan? What else do you guys think they need to compete at the very top? And finally, some good news for Commanders fans. Earlier this week, the Washington Commanders and star receiver Terry McLaurin agreed to a contract extension worth a reported $23.3 million per year for the Indiana native. The deal also comes with guarantees worth a total of $53.15 million, as well as a $34.6 million signing bonus. McLaurin was set to head into his final year, but the Commanders star negotiated a new deal, which will see him stay in Washington for the foreseeable future. McLaurin has been a great outlet for the Commanders over his time there, and has 16 touchdowns, as well as 222 receptions and 3,090 yards in his career to date. What do you Commanders fans make of this one? Give us your thoughts in the comment section below. As usual, thanks for dropping in today, and remember to join us again next time for some more fun and games. And why not do us a solid by liking and sharing today's video, while also subscribing to our channel so not to miss out on more great bits and pieces in the future. Bye guys!